I give it over to you. Your love is like an arrow straight and true.
Welcome to a new episode of Jolie Speaks. I'm so sure you have been enjoying our previous episodes. Welcome again, Mrs. Tina.
Thank you.
She's always here with me, as you can see. So today we have the most interesting, I think, topic that you're gonna hear. It's something that affects so many ladies, and we're gonna talk about how to move on from the past. Have you ever imagined why we had a new week, a new day, a new year? When the year starts, people have resolutions. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this. Even a week, even a month. This month is a new month. New blessings, new me, everything is just new. Have you ever imagined why you think like that? It's because every day God gives us an opportunity to become better than the person we were yesterday. So, Mrs. Tina, as I grew up, having so many ladies coming to me, especially ladies, they were coming to me with so many experiences. They want to move on from the past. Maybe I used to have different types. Some would come from relationships, others would come because of parents. This person, my father left me, my mother was like this, she was a drunkard. So many different experiences they had, and they wanted to move on from that place to the future. So they could always come to me like, what should I do? I want to move on, I want to just forget about it. They were thinking that if they talk to me, it's not going to be this, not knowing that it's actually a choice that you make. It's something, it's a decision that it doesn't come overnight. Yes, of course, you don't just forget, everything, but you actually make up your mind that I am going to be a better person than yesterday. So, Mrs. Tina, let's say that we have a viewer here, and she's just decided to watch our episode because she liked the previous one. But from this topic, she doesn't want to. She has made up her mind like, I am not gonna change. I am not gonna forgive this person, whatever they did to me. She has made up her mind not to forgive, not to change. What can you tell her? What can you because change is a good thing. So what can you tell her? Maybe she has just started to watch us again. But what can you tell her?
I would say, because basically it can be anything that causes hurt. It can be like Jolie has said, it can come from your father and mother and your significant other, from your sister, brother, friend. We're talking about saying goodbye to the past and then moving ahead. And most times when there's hurt and resentment in place, we have to talk about forgiveness. And there are some people who have really hurt us so bad that we sometimes even me silently said it. I will never ever speak to this person again. Sometimes we think like forgiveness is seeing the person and saying hi, and not really realizing that there's still some residue from whatever hurt that person had caused you, and you could see that person and say hi, but inside you're still like, oh God, I can't forgive you, I can't, and if you're a listener or a viewer and you're in that position where you're so hurt, and trust me, I'm not underestimating your hurt. Some people don't really understand how the truth is we're different people and we react to different things differently. And some people get so hurt about something and some other people are like, just that little thing. It doesn't really matter how. We are in no position to judge, but what I'll say is if you're in a place where you're so hurt and you feel like you can't let go of the person or you can't forgive the person, or you said to yourself, you know what, that person's in my past, whether I see you or I don't see you, I don't care, but you have not really forgiven that person. What happens is you cannot actually move on. The truth is you tell yourself, well, I've moved on, but you haven't actually, because whenever a memory comes from that experience, or whenever you see that person, or whenever someone mentions that person's name, it comes back again. And what I've realized is it happened to me with somebody, and I said, you know what, people around me, I said, because I'm someone who I don't like to lose friends. I don't like to lose people. I don't like to lose relationships. And I had this one, and it wasn't a relationship that was romantic or anything like that, but it was one that I thought was, a good relationship. And somehow something happened, and people say when someone close hurts, it hurts deeper, and then it's hard to forgive, it's hard to trust again, and those kind of things come up in conversations when we're talking about it with other people. And then I had a situation where people around me said, just forgive her, just let it go, just forgive her. I'm like, I forgive her. I mean, it's nothing, I'm looking ahead now, and this other person had not really shown that she was remorse or that she cared or that. So that also was purely my anger. Like, she's in my past, But at the end of the day, what I realized is I kept going back to it. I never stopped going back to it until I had to tell myself, you have to let this thing go. If you don't let that person go and you don't let it go, you will keep coming back to it. And you might say you have moved from A to B, you keep coming back from B to A. Something will always bring you back there. So I called, I reached out, and I said, the truth is I'm still very hurt, very, very resented and resentful rather, and so angry and so like I don't even want to have anything to do with you, but this is the place where I am. I can't keep coming back here. So let us talk about it, let us put it in the past. And the moment I was able to do that, I'm not joking, it sounds cliche, but it was like something just went up with me. I was so free and I was so liberated. So what I'll say is, if you're in a position like that, you really have to let that person go. You have to forgive. If you can reach out to the person, good. If the person is in a place where you can't reach out, maybe you lost their number and you're not in the same space anymore, just tell yourself in your heart and let God help you. Because at the end of the day, to let go of hurt sometimes is not easy on our own. God helps us, it's easier, it's seamless, it's better. And if we also surround ourselves with people who are positive, who help us, we can easily let go of it, but you have to make up your mind first that you want to let go of it and give the person to
That's true. In this show, it's not that we are trying to bring only solutions from something we don't understand. We actually understand you. We understand where you're coming from, we understand your state, that we are understanding everything. But the truth of the matter is that if you take two people, that one is carrying a load and another one is just free, and you tell them to run towards a goal, the one who doesn't have any load will run faster than the one who has a load.
Absolutely.
Why? Because the load becomes heavy. It becomes something that is so heavy to you. And you actually realize that most of the time, even the person that you haven't forgiven, that person is free. That person is moving on, that person is doing their things very well. But you, that is, in that position of you were hurt, you were still there sitting now, thinking about it, I was hurt, I was hurt, how can this person do this to me? You keep going back to that place, and you find out that that person has moved on, the person is already in a better place, So we're here to help you, it's something, this is the next question that I want to ask here, so that we can talk about it and we just keep playing and we just forget about it, we turn the page, So what causes someone to not move on from the past? What can be the cause or someone not moving on from the past?
Well, sometimes it's because sometimes the past is more comfortable. It's what you know, and sometimes we want to stay with what we know. We don't want to take a step into the unknown, into something new. And like you said, change is good. Sometimes we don't like where we are, but we just get a change, and we just get taking a step into what if it doesn't work? What if it hurts me even more? What if there's so many what ifs? But what makes it difficult to let go of the past, in my opinion, because it might be different for somebody else, is that I ultimately couldn't give what I didn't have. And people, it's easy to say, give what you can give what you have, and you can't give what you don't have. But when you find yourself in a position where you can't really sit down to do a thing, and people think that you're in a position to do a thing. And when you're saying it's like a cry for help, I actually can't do this thing. And they're like, oh, come on, you can do it. I'm telling you I can. I need help to do it. But people don't understand. Some people have come from a place where they don't know how. They have not seen love being shown, or they have not seen forgiveness really being shown, or they have not seen help really being, portrayed to them. And what they know is different from that. You can't expect them to give you what they don't have. If all I have is resentment and anger and fear and all, that's what I'm going to give to you. I don't have anything else to give you. So what will make you stay in the past is because it's probably safer, because that's the one you know. And when you want to take a step into the new, you probably haven't even seen anyone to demonstrate that to you, or anyone to be a model for you in that area. But I think this topic actually is not a topic we can just talk about and close. It's very deep. It goes way deeper than this. But what I was saying is, we need to find people who have been in a place where we find ourselves on there, and we find it hard to move from. We need to find people who have been there and have moved from there. Get close to understand, how did you do it? How were you able to?
I give it over to you. Your love is like an arrow straight and true.
Sometimes we want to let go. We don't know how. We just sometimes need that little tiny push, that little tiny encouragement, that little tiny reminder. Hey, I've been there, I've done it. It's easy to do, and you can actually move on from here. That's.
And one thing she said is that you can only give what you have. For example, if you have been hurt and you carry unforgiveness in your heart, it's gonna be so hard for you even to move on. Because if, for example, if it's a loved one that hurt you, or someone you're in a relationship, romantic relationship with, and they hurt you, and God is bringing someone else to you, you always refer to this new person, you always be like, you don't feel, the person does a tiny thing, but you don't want to forgive. Why? Because it's still
The residue from the past.
Exactly. So the past can actually be a dangerous thing if you don't move on, because it will always create even a new character in you. And I was watching, there's this Instagram page, and it talks about different stories from Africa, from people. And then last week they were talking about Rwanda. So there was this lady that was she experienced the genocide, and all that, and she saw her father being killed. She heard the cries of her sisters and her mother being killed. She was in the tree up there. She was just hearing it. She was just seeing it. And she was like, how can the president, tell us to forgive? The first time she heard it, she was like, how can people tell me to forgive? How can I forgive this kind of people that did this to my family? It was something that. It's good, it's true what she said. We can always scream, forgive, but until you're in the shoe of that person, that you can actually feel like the pain that person had to go through. You find it so hard. But then she told herself that, and the president, in the first days, she was telling herself that, how can the president tell me to forgive? How can I forgive people that, I saw them doing it, killing my family and everything? But as years went on, she actually found out that without the forgiveness that the president was talking about, she can't move on, So then she made up her mind. She has a new family, she has kids, she has actually closed that page. Yes, it's still in her heart, it's still in her memory, everything, but she has made up a choice, for forgiving those people. And we're not saying say forgiving, because we do not know what's in her heart, but she has made up a choice to close that page and to move on, So one cause that can make you not move is unforgiveness, keeping that unforgiveness in your heart, that I'm not going to forgive this person. Let go, forgive, It's something that is actually, it removes something from you, like the call that you had with that person. It actually removes something from you. You feel free, you feel better, So Mrs. Tina, to just and close with this topic, how can someone, there is the word of God, that's actually, when I think about this topic, it was only the word of God that I was thinking of can actually make someone move on from the past. But is there anything else that you can, you know, advise someone that can help them move on from the past?
Yeah. I think I said it before. I think to move on from the past, you would have to revisit the past and close the chapter. And it could be something. It could be an event. It could be someone. It could be it could be anyone. Anyway. You either if it's someone, you either go back to that person. If the person is still reachable and alive or somewhere, you have to go back to that person. If it's something, you will have to go back to that thing and literally tell yourself, I'm letting you go. You're holding me back too much, and I cannot move if I don't let you go. There's sometimes that we have to get radical about this thing because it is very subtle and it keeps getting worse as years or days or even hours go by. And if we allow it be, we will get to a point where we don't even know how immense the influence that thing has on us and moving forward. And like she said, if somebody had a load and there was another person who didn't have a load and they said run towards a target, the person without a load goes faster. The truth is, our mind, the spiritual controls the physical, our minds control a lot of things. And if our minds, and most of these things that we're talking about, the unforgiveness, the hurt, they get stored up here in our mind. Nothing. We think it's a heart, it's in the mind. Because many times when we revisit it, it gives us the clear picture as it happened. The way, the time, if you remember everything we wore, all these things come back to you. And the truth is, if you don't, I'm sorry, but you have to be intentional about it. If you're not intentional about it, there is no moving forward. It will keep holding you back until you look at it red-eyed and say, you know what, I'm letting you go. Whether you like it or not, there's a part of God, that's the truth, there's a part of God, there's a part where you get radical. There's a part where you're like, no, I am not letting you hold me back again. If it's a person, you go back, you say, you know what, this is how it is, I forgive you, I let you go. It's a thing, I'm letting this thing go, I'm letting this event go. It doesn't matter what it has done to me in the past years or what it has done to me even now. I'm letting it go now. For me, I can't really say anything more than that this is you having to take your destiny on and fight, and everything about life is a warfare. We're fighting constantly. We're constantly fighting, whether we know it or not. We're constantly in a battle. And when you're in a battle like this, you're in a battle for your destiny. The truth is, the past will always have a way to affect even your purpose. And we talked about purpose in the last episode. It will affect it. There's no way it will, as long as it has to do with you moving forward. The past will always have a way to hold you back, except you have told the past. You're not letting you hold you back anymore.
That's true. It always goes back to the Word of God. The first thing is the Word of God. The Bible says that the Word is a light into my path. It will actually direct you to make the right decisions. It will give you a free heart. The Bible says that the truth sets free. And the more you read the Word of God, and the more you give time to the Word of God, the more you give time to God. God, His Word will actually be setting your heart free. Day by day, you feel like I am free. Now I can actually go and talk to this person. I can hold this person, like she was saying. I can actually be able to forgive this person. And I have a man of God in my life that always telling me that the quickest thing he has always learned to do is to forgive. Because you know how unforgiveness can keep you in one place. So the same way you wake up in the morning, you think about breakfast, you have lunch, and dinner, is the same way you should also think that if someone does something hurtful to me, don't keep it. Don't let it stay in your heart for so long. It's a training. You learn it. It's something that you learn. You don't wake up like, oh, I know how to forgive. You learn it. You train yourself to actually learn how to forgive. So as you say, we can go on and on and on and on. But if you have questions, you want to call us for anything, just call the number on the screen and we will respond to you and we'll talk to you. So we hope you enjoyed this episode, and please share it with your friends. Talk about it everywhere. You know, if you have a friend who's hurt, by someone and doesn't know how to move on, please show them this episode. Yeah. So we'll see you next time. Bye bye.
Bye.
I give it all.